This morning I woke up and I thought, what if I drew something new? I imagined something beautiful. A place where the mountains meet the sea.
I'm guessing Bernard is covering up her movements because
Everyone who
otherwise
comes
they'd be after her.
Is longing for excitement or conflict, and you're just dreaming of the opposite.
Shit's about to hit the fan.
What is it?
Ambush.
Is it the Ghost Nation?
Worse, the Confederados.
Those are the ones they ripped off, aren't they? Shit. Get down.
Fucking coward.
Oh, is that the explosive body? Yes. Uh-oh. Kaboom.
Fire can ghost, motherfuckers.
Go on, Dolores. No.
Dolores!
There's a hell of a lot of bullets there dodging. Run! Oh. That's nice. Oh, so they're the ones that are in Maeve's dream. So if that is happening like 30 years ago or whatever it was, like what we're seeing with Maeve there, not Maeve, sorry, Dolores, and she's retracing the steps, does that mean she has to go through that whole scenario again? Or maybe they're not there now because like all their stories have been changed.
What's out that way?
You're gonna have to ask the dust. Ain't nothing ever come back from there.
The edge of Westworld, possibly?
Where's Clem?
I don't know. I haven't seen her. Why?
Find her. Now. She's here. Let's go.
We can't. The brass will be there.
You don't want to fuck with me, Felix. Take me there now.
You can't keep taking her around like that, man. They're gonna get caught. Or she is. Oh, he's gonna notice. He's... this guy.
Appreciate your professionalism, but you really don't need to bother with this given the change in your employment status.
The test was a sham. Little show you and Hale put on. Completely transparent from a technical perspective, clumsy to the point of making me
It
embarrassed.
was a setup.
Embarrassed?
If I saw through it, I can only imagine what Ford was thinking. There are glaringly obvious markers of human intervention in the code. 40 years ago, Ford's partner wrote half the code this place was founded on. What you said in the lab was right. We don't know how the hosts work, and I think there's something wrong with them. Ford's explanation only bolsters my hunch. The ability to deviate from program behavior arises out of the host's recall of past iterations.
I know she's like
She's
your
pissed.
friend, or I guess.
Always doing things for other people, aren't you? Time to do one more thing.
Die.
What?
All my life, I've prided myself on being a survivor. Surviving is just another loop. I'm getting out of here. You two are going to help me. Because if you don't help me, I'll kill you.
There's a problem in the park. Should we bring a security team?
Who would we trust?
Is she showing him Ford's family? Or is he showing her Ford's family?
I'm not going to explain myself to you, but
Yeah, he's showing him the family. Unless Ford has gotten rid of them or moved them.
this building isn't in any survey of the park.
That's because we use hosts to do most of the surveys. They're programmed to ignore this place. They literally couldn't see it if they were staring right at it.
And these unregistered hosts you told me about?
I don't know. He may have moved them.
What's behind this door?
What door?
Can't he see the door? Wait, is Bernard a host? Can he see the door? Or is it just because he wasn't looking? Dolores. Is it Bernard?
What's the matter?
I bet there's one for Bernard.
Have you seen these? What is this, Bernard?
It doesn't look like anything to me.
They cannot see the things that will hurt them.
That's the reaction they had. He's a...
I've spared them that. Their lives are blissful.
You're a fucking monster.
Am I? Or you were the one who would so blithely destroy all of them. Even him, I suppose. After everything you have shared.
What the hell are you talking
That's
about?
how he knew about their relationship.
I was a father. My poor boy.
That's enough, Bernard. Mustn't get yourself worked up.
Damn.
He brought me here to show me this.
No, he brought you here because I asked him to. The board will do nothing. Our arrangement is too valuable to them. They test me every now and then. I think they enjoy the sport of it. This time they sent you.
She's a plant by the board.
Sadly, in order to restore things, the situation demands a blood sacrifice.
He heard the conversation. I bet he's getting information
Arnold
from
and
that
I
host.
designed every...
No. No, please.
So do you reckon that what he's making there is a copy of Teresa? Damn, I know people suggested it, but I really didn't see it, Bernard being one.
You should be getting back, Bernard. We have a great deal of work to do. And the new storylines.
She's still alive. Do you reckon he knew? Do you reckon he's killed her? Maybe he hasn't killed her, maybe he's just hurt her. God damn it! Oh, great ending though, great ending. And there we have it, episode 7, and yes, that last bit absolutely blew my mind. I know some people had suggested it in the comment section that Bernard was a host, but the problem is with these types of shows is because like there are hosts that look like human, you're going to really at one point accuse everyone of being a host, and until it actually happens, it's all guesswork. And honestly, I didn't think Bernard would be one because he was working with Dolores. And obviously, that must mean now that Ford has told Bernard to work with Dolores. So, Ford must have a reason why he's sending Dolores out to where it was before, or wherever she's going. I just wonder what that reason is, because I thought she worked for Arnold, apparently, who was against Ford. Or Dolores was Arnold's tool. But apparently, if everything is going as presumed, because this is really complicated in my head, I'm trying to get it out. Bernard kept Dolores on the track she was on because he could have just reset her and sent her back out, but instead he told her to go explore and stay in that state of mind in a previous episode. So that means Ford must have told Bernard to do that. Unless Bernard acted alone, I don't know at this point. I'm guessing everything Bernard does is because of Ford. And if that's the case, that means Teresa is dead. And that's the end of her character. But is it possible that Bernard, somewhere inside him, like everyone else that's waken up in Westworld, he was triggered and he hurt her, but he hasn't killed her? Maybe Teresa is still alive? I don't know. I've got a feeling next episode Teresa is going to turn up again, but we're not going to know whether it is Teresa, like the one that we saw there, or it's this new android version of Teresa. But I guess if he smashed her head on the wall, she would have a scar. I don't know. Oh god, I'm so interested to see where this goes now, but that reveal. The second Teresa looked at those papers and we saw the young boy, then we saw Dolores, then I saw her face, I knew it was Bernard. It had to be Bernard, just the way she was looking at it. But god damn it. The question is now, I guess, whether Bernard is a replication of Arnold, whether he carries the same traits, he looks like him. Maybe Bernard is Arnold and he's just recreated him as a host to keep the memory of him alive. I don't know, man. This show, it just blows my mind every time. It is so good the way they work that suspicion into your mind. They try and lay clues about, I'm trying to think back now whether there are further clues that Bernard was a host, whether I just missed them at the time, but looking back I'll notice them. I think this is one of those shows like Game of Thrones. If I go back to the beginning, when this season is finished, I might go back and just watch them all through as one episode, like a big long movie, and I might start to notice little intricacies like with the storytelling and the way they show a scene, and maybe certain things that are said to Bernard. Certain things are said to Bernard, and maybe that will be like, you know what, they did lay that clue, they did lay that seed really well. I just didn't notice it at the time because I didn't know what I was looking for. But oh man, I'm sort of disappointed Bernard is a host, but at the same time I think it is a really good plot point in the show, and it makes Ford's character that much more menacing because he has eyes and ears absolutely everywhere. He is in control. He is God. You know, he's got a God complex, but he is essentially God in this world, and he doesn't want anyone messing with that. It's so good. I'm trying to think now, because of that last reveal, I'm trying to think what else happened in the show. So we had some more Dolores and William. Basically, it was their train ride going to wherever they're going, and they made it. The one thing I did question in this show is because there's this 2 time frame theory going on with all the fans and stuff at the moment. I'm wondering whether, because technically, I guess we're seeing Dolores in the past at the moment, but I'm guessing she's retracing those steps. So will she go through the same scenarios that we're seeing in the past timeline, if it is true? And will she have to face the ghost, what were they called? The ghost crew? Yeah, let's go with ghost crew. It probably wasn't that, but something like that. Will she have to face those people again? But or is it because that was 30 years ago, the storylines have changed, so those people will no longer be there? She'll just have a clean train ride through and then arrive where she was in a previous timeline. I don't know. I was in this episode looking out for whether little clues as if there were 2 timelines, but I didn't really notice any. It seemed as though they were focused purely on the time she had spent with William, and there wasn't any sudden cut where you maybe focused on Dolores and it turned around and he wasn't there or anything like that. I did try looking out for it. It's possible I missed something, but as far as I'm aware, there wasn't nothing shown. But yeah, be interested to see where they go with those two. We're at the point now where I think we're finally going to find out what this big thing with Dolores is, where she's heading next, or whether they're just at the edge of Westworld, or there's something bigger going on there, or whether they're going to discover the maze. It's interesting, and I just want to see more now. I want to see where that heads, or what direction that story goes in. Next up, we have Maeve. Maeve. It seems as though she has become more selfish now, and she's looking to get out herself. She doesn't really care about the rest of the hosts. It seems the one she did care for, the other prostitute, god damn it, I'm crap with names, I apologise. I did hear a name in this, and I did try to remember it, but it's gone again. But never mind, you know who I mean. The one that beat the crap out of that guy. Yes, she is obviously looking to get out of Westworld, and now she's super intelligent, and it looks as though she's just going to try and use Felix and his friend to try and get out. Whether there's more to her story than that, I don't know, or whether it's just going to be following her getting out of Westworld, or trying to get out of Westworld and using those two. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure at the minute either whether Dolores' storyline and Maeve's storyline will tie together. It'll be really nice if they did at the end of the season. There was some big reveal that they're working together, or their two plans come together in some way that help out the rest of Westworld. I'd really like that. But it could be that it's just a side story with Maeve and it's her own personal journey to get out. We'll have to wait and see with that one. But yeah, just more watching Maeve use these two idiots. Well, one idiot. I quite like Felix. He's not so stupid, but he's just, I think he feels sorry for her in a way, but he's also a bit scared, whereas the other guy is just scared. But yeah, be interested to see where they go with that, and yeah, I want to see more of that storyline. I forgot to mention as well when we was talking about Teresa that apparently she was the leak. It wasn't a setup, she was the leak. Apparently, from what I understand from the show, what I took away was that she was working for the board, the people that apparently own Westworld now. She was working for them, sending information out or trying to get information. So if they did kick Ford out of the park, they would still have all the like the programs and stuff to make the androids work or the hosts work. And because their big fear is that if they kicked him out, he would just wipe everything, destroy everything, and they have no idea how like hardly any of it works. It'll be interesting to see how the board story progresses going forward. Whether they'll have some big contribution to the overall story, or whether again, like Maeve, it will just be a side story with them trying to take Ford's power, but he's just trying to hold on to it. I'll be honest, the board stuff isn't really grabbing me at the moment. I understand why they're doing it, and it could be really good going forward, but at the moment it just seems to take away from the stuff going on in Westworld with the hosts. But I'm into it. I mean, I'm happy to learn more about what's going on with that. I'm just wondering whether, because Ford has absolute power, whether they will ever be able to take power from him. I guess they're going to be trying to take the information from him. Oh, speaking of taking information, we didn't see what happened to the tech girl. God damn it, that's another name I've forgotten. Is it Elsie? Is that a name? Elsie. I'm going to say Elsie for now. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, we didn't see any more of Elsie. We didn't see what happened to her. We don't know who took her. We don't know why they took her. I guess they're trying to protect the fact that the information was being taken out of the park. It must be someone who is working with the boards that grabbed her. As far as we know, it's only Teresa at the moment that was working with the board, so there could be some host in there that's also working with the board, which is a plant. Maybe there's someone in there that's not really a host, they're just pretending to be a host to be a plant in the park. But we'll have to wait and see with that one. I have to say, overall, an absolutely fantastic episode. I think this is one of my favourite episodes, just because of that big reveal at the end there. Like I said at the top of this review, like, not in a million, well, I wouldn't say not in a million years, but I was really in the camp of Bernard is not a host, and now it's been revealed he is. I think that's pretty cool. It was a shock to me. I don't know if it was a shock to you guys, but it was a shock to me. And yeah, I absolutely loved it. Be interested to see where they go with his story going forward. Now we know he's a host. How his story will tie into the park, and whether we'll see him around the inner sanctum of Westworld, where the labs and stuff are. I guess, well, he's been fired now, hasn't he? So I guess he might just disappear from the show. Huh. Maybe they'll do that then. Maybe that's why they revealed him and they set up him getting fired, because they're going to remove him from the show now. Now we know he's a host. I'm guessing now, like, because of that reveal, Ford has more plants in the park, that there's more hosts that we don't know are hosts. And thinking off the top of my head, the only one I would say is Felix. And the reason I say Felix is because he's helping Maeve, and maybe Ford wants that to happen, because it seems everything that is happening is because of Ford. It's because he wants it to happen. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, fantastic episode. One of my favourites so far this season. And I hope you enjoyed it too. Let me know in the comments below if I missed anything, what your favourite moment was, whether you were surprised Bernard was a host, or whether you had like me, you heard theories and stuff, but you was in the camp of, nah, he's not. I was like 80% sure he wasn't. So let me know in the comments below what you thought. And yeah, until next episode, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And bye bye.